What up? It's the real Keith. Any other a fabrication of your imagination. And Universal Debates presents Real Random Versus Discussions. Here we discuss versus battles that you wouldn't normally think of instead of the same old recycled fights that you see every day. And today I'm doing an inverse battle with Cleopatra and Majo from Majo Taisen. The Witch of Love versus the Witch of Secrets. Both of these witches are the top 3 when it comes to hex in their verse. And Cleopatra is literally ranked number 1 when it comes to the inverse ranking system. And Majo won more overwhelmingly than anyone else in the whole tournament. Like, she literally did not get touched the whole fight. But let's put these two up against each other and see who wins. Honestly, their stats are extremely hard to call, and the whole fight in itself is going to be very hard to call on who wins. Since it's a tournament style verse, on top of it also being hex related abilities, being the reason why the witches usually win their fights. If you have seen my video on the scaling of the verse, you will see that I literally put both of these characters in the unknown tier. The most I can really say that we have seen for Cleopatra is when she hit Himiko in the jaw with her broken arm. The crowd and the announcer said that it did a lot of brain damage to her, but that's really about it when it comes to Cleopatra's AP. But we also may be able to say that she is stronger when her arm isn't broken, so her AP will be higher. And Himiko seemed to be in more pain when Cleopatra hit her than when she cut off her own arm. And Majo isn't any better. The most that she has done was stab Mary in the chest. But it's a few things I can say about this. The first thing is Mary is the most physically built and buffest out of all the witches. Her preferred weapon was literally 2 anchors. She out here looking like Sandy from SpongeBob. So I have to give Majo some credit for being able to hurt her. But the thing about it is she used the knife when she was off guard, or better yet to say she didn't know what was going on. So I would have to give attack potency to Cleopatra. For speed, this is another hard one to call because neither one of them showed to be very fast or actually slow. Cleopatra was keeping up with Himiko, and at one point Himiko blitzed behind her and she was still fast enough to react and stop her attack. And it was at another time when the fight it seemed like Cleopatra was overwhelming Himiko. This would mean that she had subsonic speed compared to other characters. And what I mean by that is if we use the baseline speed for the other characters, Cleopatra would be faster than the eye to them. It's pretty much the same with Majo. She seemed to be moving all over the arena instantly like teleportation. But this was only due to her magic. But she also was able to dodge Mary's anchors. And she did it quite easily, saying that she was just dancing. But I would have to say I can't call it on who's faster or slower here. I would just have to say they're equal. For durability and endurance, this is probably the easiest section. Himiko did so much damage to Cleopatra, but Cleopatra barely batted an eye. Himiko scratched Cleopatra's face and she was just more mad that she ruined her beautiful face than she was actually hurt. Cleopatra also had her arm broken and it acted like nothing happened. She was visibly shocked, but it was more of the fact that Himiko said that she had the same magic and the same thing happened to her when Cleopatra broke Himiko's arm. Cleopatra also got stabbed in the back, clean through, all the way out to the other side and pulled the sword out like it was nothing. She also got cut in the chest and again was unbothered by it. Hell, Himiko even stabbed her in the neck and this actually killed her, but it still took her a while to actually die. And for Majo, there is literally not a single durability feat that she has. So Cleopatra wins this pretty easily. For skills, battle IQ, and equipment, Cleopatra has a kopech, which is a crescent-shaped sword. She also mastered the art of seduction, making anybody who has ever laid eyes on her fall in love. Julius Caesar was the emperor of Rome at the time of Cleopatra's reign. The moment he laid eyes on her, he was already entranced by her beauty and fell in love. And the only thing that she wanted from him, it wasn't really much. She just wanted his whole country, which he had just made it the most powerful country in the world, and he gladly obliged to it. And for her battle IQ, she was able to tell that Himiko was lying and the way that her magic actually worked. And she was able to do this because of the poison that Himiko said she was using. Cleopatra has only ever came in contact with cobra venom, but the symptoms she was receiving was cobra venom like, and not the ones that Himiko were saying. So this is kind of almost genius level deduction skills, really. For Matahari, she has rope darts for a weapon, and she excels in manipulation and assassination techniques. Just in the short fight that she had with Mary, she was almost able to make her go insane. It was almost like she was reading her mind. I almost want to say that Matahari has it in weapons because she has more range than Cleopatra. But I honestly feel like they are about even in this stat category. And now we're at the best part, hacks and abilities. Cleopatra has love magic, which allows her wish granting. With this, whatever she touches with her right hand, she can give it a command and it would do whatever she tells it to do. She touched Himiko's arm and told it to twist, and then right after, her arm started to twist. If Himiko didn't cut her own arm off, her whole body would have twisted. And I want to say something that a lot of fans believe. Himiko said that the way that Cleopatra magic works is that whatever she touches, she can make it do what she wants, only if it has a soul and organic. But this was immediately contradicted by the fact Cleopatra grabbed the knife and made it melt. And on another instance, she was able to make a knife disassemble. And I shouldn't have to tell you that metal isn't organic. And with her love magic, she was also able to make Himiko's heart blast out her chest by just saying blasted. So her magic is pretty much reality warping. And for Matahari, her magic is, I don't know. Nobody knows. That's why we call her the Witch of Secrets. From what we can gather about her magic, we know that it plays tricks on the mind. She seemingly has some form of teleportation, which is a pretty good ability for an assassin. But it also could possibly be time stop. It could even be some form of time skip that makes people forget things, since people tend to forget the moments that led up to her using her ability. She completely made Mary forget that she was even fighting Matahari. Even the people that were watching didn't know what was actually happening. At one point, she was getting a barrage of cannonballs fired at her, and the next thing you know, she was completely out of range. And when Mary started to aim the cannon, when she aimed at her again, she was instantly behind Mary. And people say that they feel like they are missing parts of their memory and their consciousness. So for hacks and abilities, I would have to give it a tie, just off the simple fact we don't know what Matahari ability is. And now we have made it to the comparison section. For Cleopatra, her bounty is 37,768,000 with the grade of X and threat level fraught with danger. And for Matahari, her bounty could be anywhere from 5,128,000 to 37,768,000 with a grade of B to X with a threat level of fraught with danger. And now we're on to the actual fight. Just like both of these characters' hacks, this fight is complex. Stat wise, they are pretty much about equal. Cleopatra might have the slight AP advantage, but it wouldn't really matter because neither of these characters are physical fighters. Their speed is also pretty much about even, with the possibility that Matahari can teleport. With durability and endurance, Cleopatra easily has it off the simple fact that she can endure a lot of pain and keep constantly fighting. She hit Himiko in the face so hard that it rattled her brain, and this was with her broke arm. For all we know, Matahari could be less durable than the white blood cells in an AIDS patient. And through intellect, both of them could just constantly counter each other, possibly. If Matahari wants to do any actual damage, she would have to get up close to Cleopatra. She could try to do the same thing she did to Mary and stab her through the chest, but the issue would be if that does not kill her, Cleopatra will immediately touch her and then it's game over. But on the other hand, Matahari can always just appear and disappear whenever she feels like it. So in conclusion, the winner of this fight would be whoever uses their magic first. Yes, I know you just watched this whole video and end up being a tie, but that's really how it is. I can see them both winning 5 times out of 10. And it's just mainly because we don't really know what Mata Hari ability is. If we knew what it was and the weakness to it, maybe this would have a better outcome. But as of right now, it is a draw. I know it's a popularity contest, but Cleopatra was ranked #1 for a reason. And we can see that Ygritte is paying more attention to Mata Hari than she is to anyone else, because she know that her ability is pretty dangerous. But that's all for today. Comment your opinion on the matter. Like, share, and subscribe for more Real Round of Versus discussions. And follow Universal Debates on Facebook.